What's going on, guys? Bart here with Tully Television, and today we're going to be wrapping up the Kang the Conqueror limited series from 2021. But before we do, I want to thank you all for stopping by, tuning in, staying tuned in, liking, subscribing, commenting, all of that beautiful YouTube stuff. I hope today is the day I earn that subscription, and if so, you hit that red subscribe bar down below. But without further ado, let's get into King the Conqueror number 5. This is the wrap up of the definitive Kang origin story that Marvel had put out, with the upcoming phase of movies and shows coming out surrounding the multiverse and Kang. And once again, wrapping up the series is Jackson Langzig, Colin Kelly as the writers, Carlos Magno as the artist, and Espen Grutentjern as the color artist. Now, if you remember from the last issue, we see Kang finally stepping into the role as Conqueror and being spurned by Ravonna to only find Ravonna again in the future. She finally falls in love with him to only die by a traitor that was serving Kang. And what we seen Kang do at the end of that issue was bring Ravonna to a place outside of time and space in order to be able to bring her back to him, whatever version that may be of her. And so, with his power, with his technology, he sends out various uh, Ravonnas throughout the time stream of the multiverse, and he comes across her in various iterations of herself in order to become, once again, joined lovers. But, as fate would have it, anytime that you try to force something, um, that is not meant to be, has a way of breaking you. And Ravonna, or one of the variations of Ravonna, find out what Kang has done and is very upset that he has tried to control her life and force things that were not meant to be. And she has, at this point, her very equal power, like Kang, thus destroying the Citadel there. And his shunt to the time stream to basically nothingness, he remembers all those years back being Nathaniel of Kang coming to train, take him and train him back during the Jurassic era, the dinosaur era. But he feels like he's going to go 10 minutes prior, even to when that king arrived, to go train himself in issue 1 back during that time to again set off a journey to make sure that he becomes himself as King the Conqueror. He realizes that Nathaniel Richards himself back then needs to go through this um, he needs to go through this journey to become the king, the conqueror that he was meant to be. And all the things that play out in issue 1 play out here with his younger self as Nathaniel Richards taking the armor, leaving that time period, thinking that he left his older self there to die with the dinosaurs. But little does Nathaniel Richards of that era realize is that Kang allowed that to happen because he remembered doing that. So he himself had an extra armor, and once Nathaniel left, thinking that he left his older version of Kang behind, which is now this Kang that we're talking about, he too had left, making Nathaniel Richards believe that he had killed his future self. And he didn't. He only escaped before the comet hit to try to figure out again how to not only conquer Ravonna Rensselaer, so to speak, and what he believes is their great love, but to also conquer every aspect of time, every aspect of himself, and just every aspect of the multiverse. So we see that we leave off where issue one basically picks up at, only to realize that it is basically what I would assume is a closed loop time paradox in which you have to go back in time in order to have something happen in order for you to be the person you are today. And even if that's your future self going back in time and telling your younger self, remember the phrase purple snowstorms. And then when that time comes, you'll remember your older self going, ha, which is ensuring that your future self is then coming back in time to remind you of said phrase or something like that. And that's kind of where I think that this has landed. We see Nathaniel Richards going off on his quest uh, to becoming the King, the Conqueror that he is then, as Nathaniel Richards lands in the time of Ramatut in issue 2. Kang here at the end of episode 5, issue 5, is now fully autonomous of who he is and is going to try to again live to his um, title of conqueror and hopefully find a Ravonna Rensselaer that will love him for who he is, because um, it basically all this motivates the basic motivation of how this ended up turning Nathaniel into King the Conqueror is being spurned initially by that Ravonna Rensselaer and vowing that he will conquer everything in his quest and zeal to regain her love. And when he finally regained her love, she had died. Tried to intertwine her soul into various streams of the multiverse. And when she found out, she again spurns him, sending him on a mission again to become master of time, the conqueror to end all conquering, to end all conquerors. And that's where we leave this particular story. Kang currently is doing there. It's called Kang Timeless or something like that, which I could maybe look into getting into in the next few weeks when I start gaining issues of that particular story. It seems like he uh, is always after something, and in the recent timeless stories, he's trying to find a missing moment of time that he can't seem to recover or remember. And a new hero or group of heroes are there to stop him from remembering that moment of time to gain some sort of treasure, which is unknown at this moment of recording. But yeah, King the Conqueror. He's going to be a big thing in the upcoming Marvel movies and series, as we've seen in Phase 4 with Loki, with the upcoming Ant-Man and the Wasp, the future Avengers stories of Secret Wars and Kang Dynasty. So I hope that you have learned a little something about Kang, about his origin, and about what you can maybe expect for future stories involving him in the movies and in future comic books. I want to thank you again for stopping by, liking, commenting, sharing. I hope that you can subscribe and hit that bell notification. And until next time, peace, Nickums.